Hola amigos, and welcome to Mexico. I'm currently on a journey all the way from Mexico to the most southern point of South America, chasing adventures at every single stop along the way. And we're starting in the beautiful island of Holbox, just off Cancun, in country number 1, Mexico. It took us about 20 hours to get here yesterday, all the way from London down to Gatwick, 10-hour flight to Cancun. Then we had to navigate some pretty sketchy taxi men who wanted $400 straight out the airport to take us to the port to get to this island. Obviously that was a scam, so do beware of that if you're making your way over to, well, to try and get to central Cancun or anywhere from Cancun airport. So what we did is we got a bus from the airport to downtown Cancun with one ticket. Then we got another ticket from downtown Cancun to the port. And to give an idea of how long this took, we landed at about 2:30 and it was 8 p.m. by the time we got over to the port, but we didn't stop along the way, so it was a bit of a long journey. And then it was about half an hour on the boat in the pitch black to get to the island last night to wake up in paradise. So the plan of action for the day is, or for the next couple of days, we've got 3 days on this island, the island of Holbox. Priority number 1 is getting over to Punta Mosquito, which is probably the most famous landmark on the island. We've walked along the coast to the main beach, and now you've got to take this sandbar. You can see the difference in color here. All the way from here to a point over there. It's currently full of people. We'll see how busy it looks when we get there. So first of all, let's make it over to the sandbar, but I need to introduce you to a special guest. Enter the frame, please. Debbie, aka Debs.
Debs, big D.
We'll call her Debs. Funny story, how did we meet?
In Thailand, 4 years ago.
4 years ago, and we were messaging on Instagram about 2 months ago, and it turned out that we were planning a very similar trip through Central and South America. So we're interweaving at various points, got the same flight, and then starting on the same island.
Here we are.
Anything else to say?
Anything you want me to say? Hello everyone, this video is going to be amazing. Make sure you subscribe.
So we're about an hour into wading, about knee height along this sand to get to the bar, but there's no other way because the road stops. We walked along the beach and then it stops, and you literally would have to be going through all of that and then coming out again after. Number 1 priority is keeping the bag out the water, keeping those valuables safe. We're at probably the deepest that we'll experience now because there's a geyser up there, ankle deep, which is the name of the song from my friend's band, Chicana People. Ankle Deep, which has just been released. So I'll put that in the description if you're interested, and I'll put it over the top of the sandbar right now. Made it to dry land, no longer ankle deep. I wonder how many times I can say ankle deep throughout this video. I think I'm on 5 or 6 so far. So this bit is called Punta Mosquito, we believe. We've walked for probably almost 2 hours, to be fair. Got to dry land. We're not going to come all the way back, but we are going to come back here first thing tomorrow morning at sunrise. But before that,
What
do you
now?
No. Do you know why it's really easy to get brown in this part of the world?
Ozone layers.
No, it's because we're on the Yucatan Peninsula. When? So we've sat down for lunch and we've got a house salsa de casa, which is extremely delicious but extremely spicy. I'm still recovering from that 2 waters later. And the food's now arrived. We've got double arrabbiata for the mysterious man behind the camera and for Debbie. And I've got a chicken and rice as soon as my mouth feels like it can palate it. Alright. That is lunch smashed. It's 4 p.m. We still haven't got SIM cards, which was job number 1 for the day because it was closed when we turned up to the only place on the island where you can get SIM cards. What was the other thing we were trying to get? Oh yeah, money, ATM. There's 2 ATMs on the island and both of them were not working for us today. We've got US dollars but not Mexican pesos, so we'll try and survive without for a while, but luckily pretty much every place takes card here except for the lunch we just had, but we managed to squeeze by. So anyway, the plan, we're going to the west side of the island now after we've got our SIM cards, and we're going to watch sunset from there, maybe get a taxi. There's no cars on this island, it's only golf carts and bicycles, so maybe we'll venture out and get on one of them. There you go, there's a quad bike. And we're gonna get our first gym session in as well on the island. Spotted out a couple of gyms. There's one that's outdoors-ish, so we'll see what they're saying. I hit legs just before coming out, so we'll be upper body of some kind. Get the blood pumping, and then we'll be moving on. Good morning, it is the start of day 2 on Isla Holbox. And we had a bit of a series of events last night. We went over to the most western point on the island to try and catch sunset. Well, we got there just in time. Sunset was nice, I liked it. Debbie wasn't too convinced. So we finished with the sunset, and unfortunately mosquitoes were a bit of a theme on this island. So the sun goes down and then all the tiny mosquitoes come out. We were getting peppered. It's the first time I've ever experienced actually feeling them, like feeling multiple mosquitoes on your skin at the same time, just trying to swat them off in all directions. Waiting for taxis, and the taxi men then do like this standoff thing with the tourists, so that they take on tourists but they charge them far too much. So instead of like the equivalent of 200 pesos, they would hike it up to like 300, 400, which is like $20 for an 8-minute taxi drive. And then there were a couple of groups who, like two individual couples, and they were priced 350 each. So that's 700 pesos, which is like 35 US dollars for this ride. I've just taken the mick. So yeah, be very wary of that. Obviously it's my first time in Mexico, but the 2 experiences at Cancun airport and then on this island have been, yeah, trying to take advantage of tourists. So be cautious. But right now we are 7 AM. We've caught the first light on this sandbank. You can see me obviously wading through it. This is the sun coming up over there. And we're getting back onto the sandbar, so not quite all the way to Punta Mosquito. We're going to get some 6 shots, same as yesterday, but with no one else on the beach. So the good news is it's another beautiful day in paradise, and we found the sandbank, so we're once again ankle deep. That's number 9. But the drone, I can't get it out on water. Well, I could get it out on water, but it's pretty risky. So, and it's too deep to get to the actual shore. So we're kind of stuck. We're a bit of a stalemate. So we're just going to enjoy the sun coming up and take things from there. Nice to be alone though. Oh yeah, and we've seen flamingos, which Debbie's very happy about. Happy about that? Yeah. We made it to the land. We had to put all of our stuff in a dry bag and waded, I think waist high. But where there's a will, there's a wade, that's what I always say. So now we're back for round 2 of drone footage, and it's like quite mangrovey here, to be fair. We've not got the same sandbar action as we did yesterday, but I'm glad we managed to capture that. I'm gonna put the bird in the air and yeah, show you a bit more of this landscape, and then we're gonna head back for breakfast. An eventful afternoon, you don't always get what you want. We tried to come to the gym earlier, but they've got Spanish settings over here, so they were shut till from like 1 or 2 till 5. It's just turned 5, so we're getting the session in, even though I didn't feel like it. One of those today, but it's going to be a good pool session. We've already checked out up there. It's one of 2 gyms in the area. And yeah, we're going to do a pool session, so some pull-ups, some bent over rows. They got some barbells up there. Let's crack on with it now. So, plan of action for the session. We're going to start with muscle ups. I know I said pull, but it's going to be a couple of days till we train push anyway, so it's better to get those explosive pull-ups in when we don't have weight to attach. Then we're going to move on to a bent over row with a barbell, a few barbells in here, and some shrugs, and then finish off burnout with some pull-ups. And that'll be us done. Back, biceps, rear delts, lats, traps, the lot in 45-50 minutes, just in time for dinner. Let's get it. Estamos terminando. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching the first video in the Mexico series. We will see you on the next one where we will be on Isla Mujeres.
Oh, you want me to say that?
You have to.
Oh, I have to. Like and subscribe.
No, say it with conviction and look at
Please like and subscribe. Adam Radcliffe at YouTube.